Hello everyone. As you probably know, the closed beta test for version 5.2 has just started, and we have some exciting new information about the upcoming Archon rerun and main event rewards. This info comes from HomDGCat. According to the data, it seems Zhongli is finally getting his long-awaited rerun in version 5.2. But that's not all, for star characters like Fischl and Heizou are also rumored to be on his banner. This feels pretty solid, considering neither of these 4-star characters has appeared on a banner in a while. Before this, there were strong speculations that Venti would get a rerun in the next patch, especially with all the buzz about a Dragonspine event. But it looks like things have changed. The reason Venti's rerun was widely predicted because version 5.2 was originally expected to feature an event set in Dragonspine, Mondstadt. Venti's involvement was assumed based on leaked storylines about Durin and Wanderer, but things have taken a turn. According to the latest beta data, the main event will now take place in Natlan instead of Dragonspine. So, that shift likely rules out Venti for now. Now, for those who were hoping for some Dragonspine content, Durin, Wanderer, and maybe even Venti, don't lose hope just yet. There's still the possibility of those storylines coming back in the future. And remember, Durin's heart is still beating in Dragonspine, so we might not have seen the last of that plotline. But the focus of version 5.2 seems to be shifting toward Natlan, and with that comes some new rewards, including a free 4-star sword, Calamity of the Blighted Springs. This sword is pretty solid, with an attack of 565 and a 27.6% attack bonus at level 90. The passive ability boosts your normal and charged attack damage by 20% while protected by a shield, plus an 8% increase in crit rate. This could be a subtle hint toward Zhongli's rerun, considering he provides one of the best shields in the game. Now, Wanderer still plays a major role in the 5.2 event, with over 140 voice lines. That's a lot of dialogue, so it's clear he's a central character in this patch. There's speculation that Durin might be involved too, especially since past leaks connected them both to the Dragonspine storyline. But if the event is in Natlan, where does that leave Dragonspine and the Durin plot? Could Albedo have a part to play? After all, he is closely linked to Durin. Another leak, from Flying Flame, hinted at Albedo being on one of the banners for version 5.2. And considering his connection to Dragonspine and Durin, it wouldn't be too surprising to see him involved. We could also see a Wanderer rerun based on information from Fowl, another reliable source, who speculated that Wanderer would return in version 5.2. So, if we piece everything together, version 5.2's banners are shaping up to feature Chaska, Zhongli, Wanderer, and maybe Albedo, though that's still subject to change. We'll have to wait and see how it all unfolds, but this update promises a lot of exciting content for Natlan and beyond. Now, let's talk about the massive buffs to elemental reactions in version 5.2 that could completely change how we play the game. If these changes are accurate, they'll unlock a lot of new team compositions and give many of your favorite characters a serious damage boost. The source of this info is Uncle Balls. It's kind of a strange name, but still. According to them, it seems that Superconduct, Electrocharged, Overloaded, and Shatter will all get huge buffs in 5.2. Superconduct is going from a 0.5 multiplier to a massive 1.5. This will make Superconduct far more relevant for physical damage teams, especially for characters like Eula. With this buff, her teams could deal significantly more damage. Electrocharged is jumping from 1.2 to 2.0, which is nearly double. That means Electrocharged teams are going to get a huge power boost, especially for characters like Raiden Shogun. This change will greatly enhance her damage output in teams that rely on Electrocharged. Overloaded is also getting buffed, moving from a 2.0 multiplier to 2.75. Overloaded already packs a punch with its burst damage, but with this buff, it could become a top-tier reaction in the right team compositions. Finally, Shatter is getting a dramatic boost, going from a 1.5 to 3.0 multiplier. Shatter has always been a bit underwhelming, but this buff could make it a much more viable option, especially for characters like Eula who can make use of physical damage and cryo setups. Before these buffs, let's be honest, most players didn't prioritize Superconduct, Electrocharged, Overloaded, or Shatter in their team builds. These reactions were considered niche, often overshadowed by stronger or more reliable reactions like Vaporize or Melt. They had their uses, but for many, they were seen as situational or secondary at best. Now, these changes could reshape the meta entirely, making these reactions core to many new team comps.